Welcome back. More than 20 months after Russia invaded Ukraine, exporting products from the country is not a simple task. But today we bring you the story of a wine that many thought would never be released and the Canadian company that worked to bring it here to Ontario. Sarah McMillan has that story.
Opening this bottle of wine seemed unlikely just a year and a half ago.
This isn't just a bottle. There's a story behind it. There's a story of bravery and resilience and heroism.
This sparkling wine was made in Bakhmut, Ukraine. Katherine and John Vellinga discovered and fell in love with it more than 2 decades ago while living in Ukraine.
There's very few wineries left that follow traditional methods. So these are champagne methods. It's double fermentation in the bottle. You have to age it for years, and it involves the art of hand riddling.
I've been to the great champagne houses in France, and this impressed me even more.
For years, they've been importing these wines through their vodka company to sell here in Ontario with the LCBO. But when Russia invaded Ukraine, they presumed that would be the end of importing this wine. The city of Bakhmut has been the site of intense battle, with thousands killed and the city devastated. But it turns out the winery had managed to move some of the wine out of Bakhmut prior to Russian occupation of the city.
I'm not surprised because the people in the winery love what they do and they love the place, so they would want to save its heritage. I'm just surprised that they were able to pull all that off when even before this new and full-scale invasion started, they were right on the borderline. So they didn't have much time to prepare.
Since learning that news, they've been working to bring some of the release here to Canada, something they say was no easy task.
Even getting the cases, getting the labels, getting a truck to transport the product out of Ukraine.
That product released today at select LCBOs.
Lovely flavor.
At this Ukrainian restaurant, some getting a first taste today.
First time I heard this, I get like shimmers on my hands because it does bring me back to the situation.
The release of this vintage is a celebration, but it's also bittersweet.
Every single time opening up one of those bottles will be one of those feelings of really, really special. And also just a little bit of a hope and prayer.
A prayer that someday the city can rebuild and that this release won't be the last. Sarah McMillan, CBC News, Toronto.